self-sufficiency a mental state? When we say self-sufficiency a mental state, self-sufficiency is a state of no mind actually. Even though it is a mental state, as long as you have a mind, you can't be. It's not a mental state. It's a state that transcends the very mind itself, in the true sense of it. So self-sufficiency is the mental state. Now what is mind made up of? Mind is made up of likes and dislikes. Mind is made up of emotions, impulses. Now what is self-sufficiency? A state of, in the absolute sense, no likes and dislikes. In the relative sense, likes and dislikes are there, but it doesn't make any fulfillment or unfulfillment, doesn't make any difference. In that sense, relatively, it is known as relatively. Forget about understanding it as absolute sense. That is not possible. At least relatively we can try to understand what is this self-sufficiency is. Self-sufficiency is you contact it, you live with it, understanding that it has no meaning. That is self-sufficiency. You live with it, you contact that, you enjoy that, but you understand it has no meaning. That is what is known as self-sufficiency. Example, you play a Monopoly game. The child also plays the Monopoly game. You also sit and play with the child. Now it is called Monopoly money. Those days it used to be called trade. Now it is called Monopoly money. When we were all playing, at least when I was playing that game, it was called trade, Bombay trade. The only thing is, there only the whole of Malabar Hills you can, whole of Malabar Hills you can buy, whole of Chowpatty you can buy, you build houses there, you collect. You collect rent, you go into someone else's house, you also pay rent, you buy a house, so joyful, you go into someone else's house, you have to pay rent. It is very painful, it's very irritating. That is Monopoly, the game, trade. We all played, at least some of us would have played that game. Now your child says, let us play. You also sit and play that game. With what attitude you will play that game? With what attitude the child will play? The attitude with which you play that game is what is self-sufficiency is. You buy the whole of Malabar Hills, you will not go there and play with a mind, no. It's a game. You enjoy that game, but it has no value as far as you are concerned. It has no value. Up to Monopoly game money we can understand. Now remove Monopoly money and put it with life. What is self-sufficiency? Example is very clear. Example is very simple. Example is very clear, sir. I will not find. But remove that Monopoly money and put it into, replace it with some real thing that you are experiencing now, that you are going through now. What is it that will, what does self-sufficiency mean? What does self-sufficiency mean now, in the relative sense? What it means is, what are the games that you play? What are all the things that values? What are the things that you have a value for? understand what all you have value for. What is self-sufficiency? Understanding what you have value for has no value. That's all self-sufficiency related. But sir, I don't have, but I have higher values, sir. Higher values I have. But that is also has no value. That also has no value. Because all the higher values is of what? I am a very honest, sincere, dedicated person in the dream. Again I repeat. Carefully follow. I am a very honest, sincere, dedicated person. Where? In the dream. Dream itself has no meaning. All that is part of the dream also has no meaning. But the difficulty that we have in self-sufficiency is, we say, dream has no meaning, sir, but something in the dream has meaning. That is what lack of self-sufficiency is. You follow? If dream itself has no meaning, all that is part and parcel of dream also has no. Yes or no? No, sir? Correct? Yes or no? If something of the dream has a meaning, the dream itself is meaningful. That is why something from the dream appears meaningful to you. Again I repeat, if one aspect of the dream is appearing meaningful, means it's not the object that is the very at the backdrop. Fundamentally, the very dream itself is real, meaningful. That is why something from the dream is meaningful. Simple example I give you. Actually, sir, I really don't care about anything. But no one should talk ill about me. No one should talk ill about me. எது விட்டு கொடுத்தாலும் சார் மானத்தை மட்டும் நான் விட்டு கொடுக்கூடாது. What is that name that you are so holding on? What is it that is so valuable in that? It's not the name that you are valuing there. What are you actually valuing there? The value is to the opinion of others. Value is to the opinion of others. Are you able to follow? What is value to the opinion of others means? They have a set code of conduct. This is what right is, or this is what wrong is. Whenever you violate that, you will be called as wrong, or whenever you follow that, you will be called as right. You follow? Again I repeat. Something in the world is meaningful now. I am starting all over again. Something from the world is just as something from the dream is meaningful. It means the very phenomena of dream is meaningful. Only when the phenomena of dream is meaningful, real, something from the dream will be meaningful. It working for you, yeah? Up to this, are you able to follow? Let us Vijay Puri-Lana, I'll explain this all. Self-sufficiency is an understanding that whatsoever you have a value for has no value. Whatsoever is meaningful to you is meaningless. Very difficult to accept it. Very difficult to digest it. That's why even relatively self-sufficiency is, even though we all talk about self-sufficiency, we all aspire for self-sufficiency, we really don't experience that self-sufficiency because something is still meaningful. Now I am saying, understand what is meaningful to you. Make a list of things that is very, what is it that is very meaningful to you? That's why I took an example of name. Name looks so meaningful to everyone. It looks so meaningful to everyone. Or wealth, something. I'm just arbitrarily I took this example of name. You can give any example. I will explain that also. What is it that you are valuing there? What is it that is valued there? The opinion of others. How do you know that the opinion of others is? What makes you to believe? What makes you to fall for the opinion of others? It's not only the opinion of others, something deeper than that also. It's not just the opinion of others. It is the opinion of others, something deeper than that. What is it? What is it? Lacking? Lacuna in you. ಆಗಲೇ ಬರಮಾಟೇನೆ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೊಂಡಾದೀங்க ಅವರನ್ನ ಬುಸ್ನ ಅದು ಬರಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ. It is not the opinion, it is your notion of right and wrong. You have a set pattern of what is right, what is wrong. You have a set patterns of what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is bad. It stems from that. The very notion of right and wrong itself has no, are you able to follow? The very notion of right and wrong itself has no meaning. That is very difficult to accept. Self-sufficiency starts from this understanding. Right and wrong is, ultimately it is, what is right and what is wrong? Ultimately it is someone's opinion. That someone can be you also. Someone are not necessarily others all the time. That someone can be you also. In fact, you will lose your self-sufficiency only in relation to your notion of right and wrong, your opinion. Are you able to follow now? What is self-sufficiency? It has got nothing to do with others. It is to do with rearranging something inside of your own self. I went very fast. I repeat again. Normally I go very slow. Mukyamana point varumbodala I go very fast. Otherwise I talk very slowly. You have a notion of right and wrong. You have a notion of this is righteous, this is unrighteous. This is right, this is wrong. This is good, this is bad. You have it. All your opinions stem from that. How do you know that you have achieved self-sufficiency? Only when you go above that. Only when you transcend that, relatively speaking. Simple example. Is stealing right or wrong? Stealing is wrong. Full stop. This is not doubt. Clear? Solo philosopher ano stealing is wrong. If you have committed a theft, you have to. What do you have to do? Face the consequence. Correct. Face the consequence. Punish. Face the consequence. When you are a child, you stole a mango from the neighbor's compound. That man is protecting the tree. The whole year he is protecting the tree. For what? For this 10 mangoes that tree is going to give. And you go and pluck. And you go and pluck the. Correct that? You go and pluck that pipe. What attitude you have towards that now? When you meet up with your friends today, what will you do? You will not say, we'll find out where that man is. We'll go and apologize to him because we stole that mango. Now that we are in a position where we can afford mangoes, let us give him basket full of organic mangoes. Correct. அந்த அப்போ எடுத்தது ஆர்கானிக் மேங்கோ தான். You have to give organic mango to organic mango. You can't give கோயம்பேடு மார்க்கெட்ல போய் கல் வச்சதெல்லாம் you can't take and give organic mango. If you are doing that, what does it mean? You are still the child only. You are still the child only. You laugh at it. You have a good laugh at it. That is self-sufficiency. If you are still sitting and moaning and crying over it, it means you are also at that same. Are you able to follow this? Are you able to understand? That we have outgrown, no. You are able to understand. Same thing will happen to you with whatsoever you have value for now. You rise above this, how that has become meaningless, and you can laugh at it. This also becomes. That's why the sign of growth, the sign of self-sufficiency is you can laugh at it. The indicator that you have grown, the indicator that you have achieved self-sufficiency is you can laugh at it. It means you have achieved. You go there, you find out that man who has from the tree owner is dead. Now you don't know what to do. Prayaschitta, or one golden mango in the hundi. Will you do that? You will not do that. Why? Why you will not do that? Very complicated example, no? Feel like, maybe by money to get no more law formula it will bounce back. Why do all this? Might as well go and take. Might as well go and apologize. You will not. You will laugh at it. Why? Because you have grown. Because you have grown up. And you understand what is sign of grown up means? part and parcel. In the process of all these things you have to do. That's all. I'll give you another example. Lack of self-sufficiency. Few months back, I've given this example before. I'll give the same example again. One of a very good pediatrician lady, she came. So agitated, so worried, so disturbed she was. She came. She came for what to do, sir? I don't know what to do. In the middle of the night, she found her daughter texting someone. 15-year-old daughter in the middle of the night texting someone. What she will text? Bhagavad Gita verse alone she will not text, no. Upanishadic mantra she will not text. What she will text? Some heart it will go from there, and some heart will come from that side. That's what will come. This is what was. The biggest mistake is to see that for the mother. Okay. As long as she didn't see that, she did not have a heart attack. She saw that. Didn't know what to do. She came running. She said, forget this. She is a very unique specialization. Two things she has. A pediatrician and adolescent psychiatry something. So very, very, some super specialties nowadays they do. That, do you understand what is adolescent psychiatry means? She has specialized in adolescent psychiatry. What is adolescent psychiatry? Teenage they have all this, Ganesh. You will not have all this now. Teenage they will have all this. Teenage they will have all these problems. She is supposed to be counseling. Okay. I told her, how many people you have counseled on the same problem? She is saying, that's what I am not able to understand, sir. Whenever my daughter, her son or daughter, sir, whenever they catch a cold, they catch a fever, to all others I say go to the doctor. When my son or daughter gets a cold or a cough or a fever, sir, straight away I take vibhuti and put it on there. What is self-sufficiency? Is he self-sufficient? He is not self-sufficient. That's all there. Even relatively speaking. She is telling others, hormonal problems, all this at this age, this is what will happen. You have to distract them, do this, do that. Be careful. Or 2-3 years later, it will subside. Only make them fast for. Don't feed them for a few days. All these things will overfeed. This is what will happen. You make them fast. All this, so many. You can give any number of. What is self-sufficiency means? When you are faced with it, you can handle it. Then you are self-sufficient. Again I repeat, what is self-sufficiency? When you are faced with that problem, you can handle it. Now you are self-sufficient. When you are faced with it, if you can't handle it, you have no self-sufficiency. That is why other problems are easy to deal with. Because in relation to that you are self-sufficient. When someone comes and says the same problem, this is beyond the point, we don't go through different problems. You know that, no? Everyone goes through the same 2-3 problems again and again, and everyone keeps talking to each other, getting counsel from each other, advice from each other. அதுக்கெல்லாம் வேதாந்தா கிளாஸ்லாம் வேணும் இல்லையா? அதுக்கோசரம் இங்கே வந்து சயின்ஸ்லாம் வைப்போம் இல்லையா? ஸ்லிப்பரி படிக்கட்டுலாம் ஏறி வரவானா இல்லையா? ஏறி வரும்போது இன்னத்துக்கடா இங்கே வந்தோம் இல்லையா? ஸ்லிப்பரி நவ் த ஃபியர் இஸ் ஜாகிரதையாக இறங்கி போங்க. ஸோ ஸ்லிப்பரி. I just walked so fast, I was about to say, what is self-sufficiency? What is self-sufficiency? When you are faced with a problem, if you can handle it all by yourself, you are self-sufficient, relatively speaking. Now I am asking this question, is there anyone who is self-sufficient, even relatively? No one. Because when they go through the problem, they have to go to someone for counseling. They have to go to irritating mother-in-law, sir. What to do? அதுக்கு வேதாந்தெல்லாம் தேவையில்லை இல்லையா? Mother-in-law will be mother-in-law, she will be irritating. எவ்வளோ சீரியல் பார்த்துருக்கிறீங்க? Is there in any serial where mother-in-law and daughter-in-law hold hands and walk and they sit and say, I feed you, you feed me? Does it ever happen? If it is happening, then they are not. Correct, that's Ravi. Why are you saying that? Yeah. A lady saying that, not only she is saying that. Maybe both sides. Yeah. What is self-sufficiency? When someone comes and tells you about that problem, you can give an advice by saying, this is how it will be. Yeah. We have to keep moving. At that point of time, Krishna will be jealous of you. Because even he doesn't look so self-sufficient. He will think, oh my God, sorry, next time when I have a problem, I have to go this person only. When that person goes through the problem, he is not. What is self-sufficiency? Self-sufficiency is an inner strength. What do you deduct from this? What do you understand from this? Self-sufficiency is an inner strength where the fluctuations of the mind, the fluctuations of the world doesn't affect you. Then you are self-sufficient. Are you able to understand? Relatively speaking. Again I repeat. What is self-sufficiency? Self-sufficiency is an inner strength. What is that inner strength? The inner strength that arises out of where you know how to handle the fluctuations of the world and the fluctuations of your mind. Why I am saying both is because your mind and the world is intricately connected. It is the intellect that comes and says, it comes in between and says, don't connect. For your mind and the world is connected. You project it and you get affected by your own projection. Self-sufficiency means stop projecting. What is lack of self-sufficiency? You project it and then you get afraid of your own projection. You put a curtain in the house and when that is dancing in the night, you get scared. If you get scared in the neighbor's curtain, it is understandable. You only fought with that. That fellow said 100 rupees. Nothing for 100 rupees. Angala 20 rupees le potu kudukranga. You fought with it, you bargained, you did everything, you put that curtain. In the night when that curtain is dancing, you get scared. You project and your own projection scares you. Hmm? You give birth to children and that children scares you. What is their future? In the competitive world, you have known that it is a competitive world, you should not have given birth only in the first place. Having given birth, they have to face the competition only. Why do you have to get? You project and you get scared of your own projection. You follow? A man went to China. Nowadays everyone goes to China, no? You also go? Prabhu? You also go, no? I have not been there, so I really don't know. I have not been to China. Man went to China and brought a snake. Not original snake. Duplicate. You know their snakes are 15 feet, Prasad? Not 10-15 feet. Snake. 10-15 feet snake. And where you place it? Where you place it? On the step. Because 15 feet snake, where can you keep it? You can't roll it and put it on the cupboard. No, you have to leave it on the staircase only. That man went to China, brought the 20-feet snake, put it on the stair. In the middle of the night, he got up and started screaming, looking at the snake. Correct, sir? இது வந்து lack of self-sufficiency கூட சொல்ல முடியாது. Something it is clear. Foolishness it is. That's what all these great masters say. You project it and you get afraid of your own projection. If someone else projects it and you are afraid of it is understandable. You project it and you are afraid of your own projection. Is what they call as lack of self-sufficiency. What does self-sufficiency mean? The knowledge that you have, if it protects you, you are self-sufficient. The knowledge that you have protecting everyone else except you, you lack self-sufficiency. You follow? Exactly like you have all the money in your account, in the bank. Except you, others can. Only you can't access that account. No, you can access that account, but you can't use that money. Everyone else can use that money except you. But in whose account it is? The only satisfaction is in your account is that. I am a pauper. Why? For you can't. Lack of self-sufficiency. Here is a wise man who is self-sufficient. That's what he says. How to explain what is self-sufficiency? He says, he is rejoicing in the self, satisfied in the self, and content in the self. Verse number 17, what we are studying. Verse number 17. He is talking about a man who is self-sufficient. What is self-sufficiency? Self-sufficiency means the knowledge that you have will protect you. If you have the knowledge and if it doesn't protect you, it means you have no knowledge. You lack self-sufficiency. Why you lack the self-sufficiency? Because you lack the right knowledge. You lack the right knowledge. Self-sufficiency can never come through acquisition. Self-sufficiency will never come from the world. Self-sufficiency comes from the knowledge. And what is knowledge? And what does knowledge say? As a result of which you become self-sufficient, all that is meaningful to you has no meaning. All that is valuable to you has no value. You become self-sufficient. Are you able to understand? This man has attained the absolute knowledge. This man has attained the absolute knowledge. As a result of this absolute knowledge, he is totally self-sufficient. This is something too much to comprehend. This is something too much to digest. Even relatively speaking, we can, even on a relative plane, we can understand. What is that? When you have a knowledge, it comes to your rescue. It comes to your aid. Then you lack. Then you have self-sufficiency. What brings about self-sufficiency? Now it has become very clear. Self-sufficiency arises only through knowledge and understanding. Self-sufficiency arises only through knowledge and understanding. What is the knowledge? What does the knowledge say? What does wisdom say? All that is valuable to you is of no value. But honesty, sir, that also has no value. In the dream, I am a very honest person. In the dream is meaningless. If dream itself is meaningless, all that is part and parcel of the dream also has no meaning. Something in the dream becomes meaningful to you when the dream itself is meaningful. When the dream phenomena becomes meaningful, something in the dream will be meaningful. When something in the dream becomes meaningful, something will appear meaningless in the dream. Something will look like right in the dream, something will look like wrong in the dream. And every few years, this right and wrong keeps changing. This right and wrong keeps changing. It has to change. It will change. It has to change. Because there is no static point. Static point means you transcend it. Then you will not be affected by it. As long as you are in it, you will be affected by it only. How not to get affected, sir? Get out of it. No, that I can't do. For lot of investments are still there. How can I? I am affected, sir. What to do? Get out. No, sir, I can't get out because I have made lot of investments are made. So many important things are here. How can I leave? Idu mattum handle pandradhukku give me some tips, sir. Some practical or just to handle my mother-in-law or just to handle my neighbor or just to handle the barking dog in the street which is giving you a sleepless night. Just that. You can never understand anything like that. Or you can understand. Next day something else will come and start disturbing you. you handle that also. Third day something else will start. So from this what you understand, down the line something or the other will keep disturbing. The disturbance is because of the change. The disturbance, you are disturbed, you are affected because of what? Because of the change. Because of the change. All the right and wrong, good and bad is related to change, you know. Right and wrong, good and bad, the affectation, all that arises only because of the change. Changes are inevitable because the nature of the mind, the nature of the world is to change. Self-sufficiency is not being dependent on these two changing factors. Again I repeat. Changes means two things, constantly changes. What are the two things that constantly changes? The world is changing, the mind is also, it has to change. Otherwise you are in coma. No? It has to change. The person loving you today need not love you tomorrow. The person you are loving today, you may not love tomorrow. It's not only from the other. Same thing is in you also. Correct, sir? Correct, others. No. You also do the same. That person has done it. It's a question of time. You will also do the moment you understand that, you become self-sufficient from all the emotional ups and downs, even relatively speaking. Able to follow? The person loving you yesterday need not love you today, or the person loving you today need not love you. You need not love tomorrow. But how is it possible, sir? Love means it has to be. Love means it has to be forever, no? Constant, no? Sadabhishekam Abrahma, he is saying forever. He is saying mother-in-law after Sadabhishekam, you know, who doesn't understand Sadabhishekam? Forever, how is it possible? It keeps. Every change affects you. You lack self-sufficiency. When changes affects you, you lack self-sufficiency. Even relatively speaking. Are you able to follow? When changes affects you, you lack self-sufficiency. You have to change. Either you change or the world changes. He says, constantly both are changing. World is also changing constantly. You are also changing constantly. Somehow you hold on to something. The intensity of your suffering is directly related to the intensity of your holding on to it. More you hold on to it, more you suffer. Less you hold on to it, less you suffer. Completely let go of it, no suffering. Ellaru has become Shankaracharya. Ellaru collectively they all say. I feel like congratulating myself. Let go. Are you able to follow? Every changes Every change affects you. What is self-sufficiency? An understanding that changes will happen, but that need not disturb my equanimity. That is what self-sufficiency is all about. You look at it at your own changes and you are not affected. You look at the changes in the others and you are not affected. Then you are having self-sufficiency. Sometimes people complain about others' changes affecting them. Sometimes they complain about their own changes. Answer is the same for both. Sometimes their own mind, sometimes their own likes and dislikes changes. Their own value systems changes. Or you may be stuck to a value system. The world moves on. I have given this example before. Till my sister got married, my grandmother would not allow her to wear what is known as modern dress. Tangamuni Pathadan, she will be happy. Because I have seen her wearing sari all the otherwise you are all rest are all bad, vicious, wicked people. Wicked ladies sitting there. Why? Modern dress you are all wearing and sitting there. How can you be like this? She didn't allow her to wear what is known as modern dress. If she looks at the way that my daughter is dressing up today, every day she will hang and commit suicide. Not that she is walking around half naked, not that she is walking around naked, she is also saying what is right, what is wrong. Who decides that? Who gave you the authority? You ask this to yourself. You become self-sufficient. Who gave you the authority to decide what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is bad? Who gave you the authority to decide the changes? Who gave you the authority to certify the changes? You take it upon yourself, Azam projection. You become the self-appointed auditor. Yeah, self-appointed lawyer. You will. Azam lack of self-sufficiency. You follow? Able to follow? It's as simple as that. It's not very difficult to become self-sufficient. If you have the courage to ask a few questions to your own self, honestly, courageously, you become self-sufficient very soon, very fast. Who gave you the authority to certify what is right, what is wrong? Who gave you the authority to certify who is good and who is bad? Let me start out, sir. I am the most knowledgeable person. I only know, sir. Or another argument. What is another argument? Sir, our interest who has genuine interest in their welfare? Can you point out anyone on this planet, sir, who is interested in their welfare more than me? Therefore, I am the certified authority to decide who is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad. Prakash. Yes, it is in different aspects. Yes. Yes. That's how you grow. You can never become self-sufficient absolutely, totally straight away. Exactly like when you start working out. When you start working out in the gym, you plan, no? Upper body, lower body, the core. You have to target specifics and work. Over a period of time, you will attain a overall health. That's how you grow. Correct? That's how growth happens, no? Physically also. Same thing happens mentally. You target the specific areas of weakness first and bring in self-sufficiency there. When you do that, you get a conviction. Oh my God, how this knowledge is so true. How this knowledge is so liberating. How this knowledge has helped in this, if it can help in this area, how it will not help in all the areas. That's how you do. You can't develop overall. That's why I am talking from a relative angle. Relative means you target something specific. The ideal is overall health. The ideal is always overall health. But you have to target only the specific. Like gym plan. And one day you have what is known as cheating day also, no? Correct, sir? 6 days of following a strict and 7th day they call it as cheating day, no? I said, who are you cheating? Cheating your own self only. You have to cheat the body. It works, right? Really true. If you are so rigid all the time, you will get frustrated very soon. So once in a while, okay. Once in a while, for 3 samosa, football spicy I will eat. You have to. Yeah, that's called cheating day, no? Diet in the health plan, one of the I saw those lists and all. I sit and do where on a valley, morning to evening, what to do. How they work out Monday, Tuesday, and then one practical advice the trainer gives. Have one day as cheating day. Then all the frustrations of those 15 days of regime will go out in that one day. Initially we need all that. That's why it's called relative. Once you become strong there, you don't need any cheating day thereafter. And then you will go to something else. Self-sufficiency is an understanding. Knowledge. An understanding. What is that understanding? Lacking self-sufficiency is not prepared for the change. Self-sufficiency means you are prepared for the change. Able to follow? Again I repeat. Self-sufficiency means you are prepared for the changes. Lack of self-sufficiency means you are not prepared. You are not prepared. When can you prepare? When the changes are not happening, then only you can prepare. Preparation can never happen after the changes have happened. After the changes have happened, you are affected by it already. You are victimized there. In that area, nothing can be done. Swamiji gives this example. No? Insurance has to be done before. House is half burnt already, or 80% burnt. At that point of time, you run to the insurance fellow, insure my house. Fellow will say, run away from that. Whatever you can save and run away. Insurance fellow will do to the next house. Not to. It's exactly like that. You self-sufficiency, you lack when you are not prepared for the change. When can you prepare for the change? When things are more or less stable around you. That is the time you have to prepare for the change. For after the change you can't prepare for the change, because the change has already happened and you are already affected by it. At that point of time, what you need? You need only solace. And knowledge doesn't give solace. Knowledge is very brutal. Knowledge is very honest. Knowledge is very brutal. because it exposes the truth as it is. That is why when a man is in deep trouble, knowledge doesn't help at all. All that he needs at that point of time is what? Some solace. After the period of a mourning period is over, what? Go back and start all over again. You would have never learned from it. So what is self-sufficiency even relatively speaking? Preparing for the changes when things are more or less stable. When things are more or less stable, the man feels that he has conquered everything. He is top of the world. Nothing can affect him anymore. Everything is alright there. I am very, like Swami says, no, well settled. Like that, no, whenever he says that, so wonderful. Well settled. What? Nothing is settled, because next day the change is going to happen and you are not ready for it. You are not prepared for it. What is well settled? Nothing is self-sufficient. Satisfied in the self, by the self, and contented in the self. How to explain this? Very difficult. On top of it, to explain. Relative, take it in a relative sense. You will understand how important is this knowledge. In the relative sense, absolute sense, the whole thing is meaningless. In the absolute sense, but we can't stretch to it straight away. It's difficult. No fault of anyone. It is difficult to stretch straight away. To tell the child, PhD is your goal. Therefore, LKG is very child LKG and ABCD, the child is not it. Very clear. At that point of time, you have made a plan for what? For the child to be a PhD. And you keep on telling the child, says, for PhD, ABCD, correct, child will understand that as PhD. Or maybe 8th standard learn. That is PhD. How can it understand? Relatively. Therefore, forget the absolute sense. Relatively. Generally speaking, I really don't talk from the relative sense at all, because as it is we are so compromised. A relative person we will get more compromised. Today I got up from the wrong side of the bed. That's why I relatively also understand self-sufficiency. What does self-sufficiency mean? The knowledge that you have comes to your rescue. When it will come to your rescue, this is the crux. When you have done enough reflection and fortified yourself, it will come to your rescue at the right time. When you have not done manana, when you have not done reflection, only giving a discourse to others, it will not come to your rescue. But lectures all the time. Manana is different. That's why we say reflection is the way to get strengthened in knowledge. When you are strengthened in knowledge, you become self-sufficient. When can you prepare for self-sufficiency? You can prepare for self-sufficiency when things are stable. Prepare for the inevitable when things are stable. Sir, அப்படி பார்த்தா ரொம்ப pessimistic ஆயிடாதா சார்? அப்படி பார்த்தோம்னா life will turn very pessimistic. No sir, when things are all right around me, when things are all good around me, when the partner is very loving, or when the child is loving, when profits are coming. அப்போ இப்படி யோசிச்சா will not my என்னுடைய efficiency will come down, no? I will become very pessimistic, no? If that question comes, now don't worry, we will start all over again. It means you have not understood. That is why your entire salary you will not insure, no? Will you put your entire income into insurance? How much you will put? Some amount, whatever. I show you this. In 24 hours, you have to do reflection for 1 hour. You don't put the entire 24 hours into it. You don't do that. Just as you don't invest all your income into, I am so well fortifying my future, sir. All my income goes into insurance. Starving today. You don't do that. It depends upon how much of conviction you have developed. How do you reflect? 1 hour a day. You sit and reflect. What is the reflection? Does the good intentions of yours justify you branding others good and bad? Right and wrong? You have a good intention. You have a genuine intention. You are interested in the welfare of the other. Does that justify you calling someone as right and wrong, good and bad? Reflect. I am not asking for an answer. Whenever questions I am asking, I am giving you questions for reflection. I am not asking for an answer. You follow? Second thing, self-sufficiency is, as long as your attention is on the changing factors, how can you expect you not to be affected? As long as your attention is on the changing factors. What are the changing factors of life? The world is changing, the mind is changing. As long as your attention is on these two, as long as you are interested in these two, you are focused on these two, one thing is very sure. What? Affectation, sorrow. At least that much you should be able to accept. But I don't want sorrow, sir, but I will be a very worldly person, but give me a formula that I should not get affected. No. Worldly person, very sure. You will be, take it for granted that you will be. What is self-sufficiency? Again, what is self-sufficiency? And understand. 3. Self-sufficiency, we have to prepare. Self-sufficiency arises out of preparation. What is the preparation? Just as you should be prepared for the inevitable when things are stable around you. When the person is loving you and you are the recipient of that love, you are the beneficiary of that love, and you are enjoying that love, one part in you should understand. What? It will not be the same. Child is loving you. One day the child should stop loving you. Then only the child has grown up. No parent can accept this, sir. No parent can digest it. That's why we want them to grow only in one area. But they should never outgrow us. Growth means the child has outgrown the parent. We don't have self-sufficiency. You become a self-sufficient parent when Idellam pockets, Prasad. Self-sufficient parent. When will you become a self-sufficient parent? When you understand that that's a genuine parent. No. What is the genuine affection of the parent? They should not be dependent on you. They should become independent. And when they start showing signs of independence, crying and running for, first sign of growth is what? The child will say, I know what I am doing. Yes, Papa. At least my daughter tells me that. But I know what, just stay quiet. Now the child has, so you don't know anything, only I know. Now you are a burden to the child. Just as you are a burden to the child will become a burden to you. It works both ways. That's what we don't understand. If you are a burden to the child becomes a burden to you. How do you know the child has become a burden to you? 5 minutes late, 5 minutes late, the child comes from. How do you know that something has turned into a burden? You can't think anything positive. You have to necessarily think something negative has happened. It has become a burden. Self-sufficient. That's why they say, think positive, they say. No, what does it mean? You lack self-sufficiency. How do you know that it has become a burden? You can think of only negative. 5 minutes the child comes late from school, you can't think the child is having a good time with her friends. When will they have a good time? Only now, no? Just as all your good time is thinking about your past, for the present is very unpleasant. Similarly, you understand, okay, the child is preparing for a better future like what we have. Now, you can't think like that. You have to necessarily think what? Something bad. Maybe, last week on the news, it happened, no? There was a hole in the center of the bus and the child fell through that. Finished. And then, nowadays, children are all getting abducted. Then you think all that. I am explaining how the burden is, how you become the burden and how the child becomes a burden to you. You go through all this trauma, everything. As soon as the child enters the house, you bark at it. Next day it will come 15 minutes late. Not 10 minutes late. Why even? Go to that house. You follow? What is self-sufficiency now? How do you understand self-sufficiency as a parent? You outgrow them, they outgrow you, both mutually. Mutually they have to outgrow each other. When you can prepare for it? When can you prepare for it? When you are sitting with the child, enjoying the love and affection of the child, and the child has brought about some cheer and joy to your life, it has brought some good feelings into your life. When all this is happening, one part in you should prepare. What? Changes happening. Even now it is happening. I am not able to see it. Don't postpone changes to future. Then you will not have self-sufficiency. You will lack self-sufficiency. That's why you don't say changes will happen. what will happen in the future. It is happening now, and you don't have the eyes to see it. Self-sufficiency is having the eyes to see the changes now. Well, satisfied in the self, by the self. He says, and is contented in the self. Satisfied in the self, by the self, and contented in the self. This man knows what self-sufficiency is. Others don't know. Others lack it. Even relatively speaking. For all practical purposes, we have to start only on a relative plane to become self-sufficient. You have to start only on a relative plane. You can't straight away go to the absolute plane. All this relative plane you start for what? One day to get to the absolute. You do all these relative things. You start becoming healthy in pocket. For what? One day to get to that. One day to get to that absolute state only. One day to get to that absolute level only. What is self-sufficiency in relation to wealth? Use the same logic. Whatever I told for parents is the same thing that you have to apply for. You have all the wealth. Everything is there. Suddenly in the middle of the night that man can make an announcement and make all your rupee notes look redundant. Sir, 50 white, 50 black, 50 white, 50 black. Now it has become newspaper bundle. You have to be prepared to lose the wealth when you are having it and when you are enjoying it. When you are having it and when you are enjoying it, you understand. Then you are self-sufficient in relation to wealth. That is why they say, as your wealth goes on increasing, start decreasing your demands. They don't say, as the wealth proportion increases, your desire proportion should decrease. Why? Because when you lose it, you are safe. As your wealth quotient increases, your desire also goes on, your demands also goes on increasing. What happens? Yeah. Once in a while, ஏசி இல்லாமல் கூட உட்காரலாம் இல்லையா? ஒன்ஸ் இன் அ வைல், நாட் இந்த மாதிரி ஃபோர்ஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இல்லை. இது இன்னைக்கு ஃபோர்ஸ்ஃபுல்லாக உட்காந்துருக்கிறோம். ஒன்ஸ் இன் அ வைல். அதர்வைஸ் the loss of it will be painful. You follow? When you are becoming more and more famous, reputation and idol and most fall, imposition of God without merit and loss without deserving it. When you are becoming famous now, you understand you don't deserve it. No bubble going இருக்குது. People are talking about it. Some bubble is happening that you are people are all this. One day when people come to know your real true nature, bubble எல்லாம் bust ஆயிடும். You are prepared for it. That's why he gives this example. No? All the celebrities, they go through mental disorders. Why? Because they are not prepared for the fall. When can you prepare for the fall? Only when you are on top. When can you prepare for your health? When you are diseased and having 105 degrees temperature. That's what people do. 105 degrees temperature, the person can't even get up. Appodan sir, I want to. What should I do to become? That's the only way to become. At least have the strength to lift a glass of water first. When can you prepare for health? You follow? That's where life is so cruel and life is so wonderful also. For the preparation for the fall has to happen when you are at the peak. This ability, this capacity is called Vairagya, Sannyas. This is what Sannyas is all about. You enjoy the peak and you understand. Not good. You enjoy living life today with the full understanding that any moment I can die. You don't sit in one corner regretting for it. Yeah. Last month, idli sambar we have to eat as though we will live for the next 30 years. But chances are, order panni kondu varthukulla you may die there only. Koi saapudu please. Badri, Nartanga for you only. Don't worry. That's where knowledge is so liberating. Knowledge makes you laugh at life. It's because you are understanding. That's the proof of understanding. You are able to laugh at it because you are able to understand it clearly. What is the understanding? You can prepare for the fall only when you are at the peak. That is why you have to prepare for life by gaining this knowledge when you are young, when your receptivity is high. You don't come to this knowledge when your receptivity is at the lowest point. The lowest point is there. Ears are not functioning, eyes are not functioning. Upper what you can do, solace only you need. You don't need, knowledge will never help you. You follow what I am saying? See, this is the cruel side of life. If you have the right knowledge, this is the most wonderful side of life also. Why it is the most wonderful side of life? Is because you will never know what misery is. If you are prepared, when you are on top and when you are well prepared, this is the most joyful thing in life. Why? Because you will never know what misery is. You will never know what pain is, because you are well fortified and prepared. This is what is known as self-sufficiency. Satisfied in the self, by the self, and contented in the self. Three things he says. Satisfied in the self, satisfied by the self, and contented. Seriya? Without a self-sufficiency over. Because we all have become self-sufficient.